NuMu stands for Nuevo Museo de Arte Contemporáneo, and it's located in Guatemala City. It's been open for 5 years now. This one is a replica of the original space located there. The idea of creating a contemporary art museum came about a few years earlier, before its founding in 2012. Further than the function of the space as a museum, the shape of it, the infrastructure allows us to question what a museum should be in the 21st century, and also have some kind of institutional criticism from our point of view. Stefan and I had been talking about the lack of institutional support that's given to contemporary artists and to art in general, as well as private funding locally. So we started to talk about what we could do from our resources and our position to fill that void.
We think of a museum that's just very quick and responsive to its local context. It's not necessarily working around these global issues, but really thinking about the global terms from a local perspective. When the curators of the show, when they invited us to think of a proposal, they wanted a way to represent NuMu and the type of shows and the type of thinking and exhibition making that we're doing over there. However, we really wanted to capture it in a way that wasn't just like an illustration of what we do, but try to and capture the spirit of it here. And so that's when we came about the idea of doing a replica. They suggested that we could probably do that here in LA, and that's when we kind of insisted that we wanted to not only do it in Guatemala, but given the fact that NuMu has a very particular scale in terms of size, that it was potentially the only type of museum that you could throw on a cart and actually move it along with an exhibition inside, reaching broader audiences. The first week before leaving was a complete nightmare. We were sleeping between 3 and 4 hours a night, just trying to resolve the many issues that we had to deal with, and just realizing how time was getting shorter and shorter and shorter as we spoke.
We were giving us a cap, if we got to the last 11 days and we couldn't resolve it, or the 10, we would ship it to LA and kind of potentially give up on this dream journey. But we're just pushing to see if we could get it done. In the beginning, we had our eye on the price, which was NuMu needs to be at LACMA. And once we started that journey and we started to realize all these people who were willing to help us out, first of all, that showed the value of the project, not only within Guatemala and how it would be received in terms of contemporary art, but also along the way. This is not a space only ran by both of us, but it's really a collective thing at this point. So
many people got on board and they really egged us on, and now we're here, and I think there's that phenomenon that we keep talking about, how in Guatemala you oftentimes need validation, international validation, for people to realize oh my God, so these guys are really, I guess, up to something. And so we're seeing that phenomenon now with the whole NuMu goes to LACMA situation.